Guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video, the video game series in which we look at a recently released game and I give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. Today we're looking at Princess Farmer, which is a pixel art style match-free game that came out on Steam a couple of days ago. It's pretty straightforward, it's pretty simplistic, but it does have some interesting characteristics that set it apart from other match-free games since it's got some RPG elements with it as well. As always, we'll look at the settings first and then we'll jump straight into the gameplay to see what it's all about. Alright, the settings. This is actually pretty disappointing. It doesn't start in full screen natively, so you have to switch that on in the settings. And weirdly, they've opted to make space the confirm button, and there is no key binding at all. I would very highly recommend using a controller with this game, as it just makes it more seamless. And if you do have a controller plugged in and play with the keyboard, be aware that the vibration settings on the controller will just set off every time anything happens. Can be a little bit annoying. The options you do have is you've got the master sound on or off. You can turn the volume down for the sound effects, music and environment. It is pretty loud even though it doesn't start it at full whack, so just bear that in mind as well. And what they do have is they have accessibility options. This is really nice. So you've got text effects, text colors, text styles, flashing, vibration, skip with dialogue if you so desire as well. The text effects, I probably would advise switching off for some of the scenes if you have a sensibility to flashing and other such things like that, just to really make it easier for you, but I do like the fact they've added it in. One big red mark on these settings though is the fact that you do not have a mouse cursor. It is using the thumbstick on the controller or the up and down keys on the keyboard and mouse, and that's really all you can do. Outside of that, there's nothing really to say here. It would be nice if they added some settings in there, but it is what it is. It's a very small game, and they've done really well for what they've used. Let's look at the gameplay. Alright, so we're in the game. Now, it is important to note that the game doesn't seem to have a save feature. I think you've got to get through each chapter in order to be able to start the next, and if you come out of it before you finish that chapter, you will have to do it all again. Now, what's good about that is the fact that you can actually skip most of it. You can just straight up ignore most of the dialect and text, although it is quite RPG based, so you might not want to do that. And then this is the game. It's basically walk through, do match 3. We'll have certain things that you need to do. It will give you certain tasks like match 3 in horizontal or do diagonal matches only. It will tell you certain fruits that you want to pick up, certain vegetables, and it will just basically give you more points given on how many that you actually achieve by doing that method. It's very simple, and it's very confusing in a way as well. Like, it doesn't really make much sense as to what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons and things are happening, and the scoring system seems pretty arbitrary as well. I do like the RPG aspect of it. I think that the amount of text there is maybe a little bit too much, especially when you can't always skip that text as you would expect to. It doesn't always let you do it in the way that you would expect. However, it's pretty fun. It's very addictive, as most match 3s are. You play this bunny who has the special lipstick of strength, which allows you to now try and save the world by completing quests in a match 3 format by harvesting things. It's a little bit far-fetched to say the least, but hey, it's a video game. What do we care? The art style is interesting. I'm not a huge fan of the pixel art style in most senses. It doesn't really do it for me, but overall, it's not bad. It's not the worst match 3 I've ever played. It's not the best. And it's pretty simple. The movement's weird. Like, you've got notches that you have to move between each one. And then you've got areas which will give you some text speak and areas that will give you some quests to do, like this one. The idea is that you pick up certain bits of fruit and then put them down, and you can match in diagonal, horizontal and vertical. Pretty straightforward there. And you've basically got to just try and make it so that it matches and get as many points as possible, and once you've done it, you will then complete it and you can move on. It will tell you how long it's taken you, and you will get a score as such. And that really is all there is to the game. You've got multiple different things you can do, multiple different challenges that there are, and a match 3. That's really it. The story looks interesting, to say the least. It's gone down this cutesy sort of style where you have a bit of a clueless protagonist and a destiny. That's really all there is to say on the game. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know in those comments down below what you think of the game, and I shall see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.